Hey, loves, welcome to our Conscious Wealth Collective community. We're so excited to have you here for today's masterclass, Sustainable Expansion, How to Fuel Your Body, Your Bank, and Your Mission. And before we dive in, we'd love to share a little bit about ourselves and what brought us here. So my name is Vivian Halika, healer, living waters, magic oracle. This is a sacred identity that I've been able to embody because of this path through this business. Now, my healing journey began young because we were guided by our maternal grandmother, who was a hands on healer. And together with her, myself, and God, we healed my epilepsy. Now, over the past 20 plus years, I've been certified in many healing arts, most recently in NSA, Neurosomatic Attunement, after spending a month in Mexico. And just last week, I returned from Greece, a powerful and sacred reclamation, remembrance, and reignition of ancient codes that awakened something deep within me. What drew me to this business? The soul aligned community, the 80% inner work, and the magic of this water we're going to share with you today. Now, back in 2016, I heard the phrase, get paid to be you. And my whole being said, yes. I didn't know how, and I just kept surrendering. This business made it a reality. It brought me home to my voice, my magic, my power, and my purpose. And now this masterclass was created to show you what's possible when you say yes to all of you. Now I'm going to pass you to my C's, who is actually my biological sister, my business partner, best friend, Tanji Zenrika.
Hello, everyone. I am Tanji Zenrika. I am an unschooling mama to my teen son, and I'm also a quantum coach for mamapreneurs. For years, I poured my heart into coaching, but I found myself constantly trading time for money and burnt out. I was always launching launch after launch, always in hustle mode, wearing all the hats. And as much as I loved what I did, it was draining physically, emotionally, energetically. So when I encountered this business model that we're going to be sharing with you, with the automation, with the mentorship, and a framework that was already in place where I could still be in my genius zone, it was a no-brainer for me. And I saw a path that offered freedom, sustainability, and the ability to create, to scale without burnout. So this is why we're so passionate about this business model. And so what we're going to be covering today is the high ticket solution, discovering a high ticket offer that's transforming lives while positively impacting people, profit, and the planet. We're going to be talking about marketing systems and building a personal brand and leveraging your social media to attract the right community authentically, not having to chase other people, but actually having them come to you, being able to create a freedom-based business that aligns with your lifestyle and values. And then we're also going to be talking about leverage income strategies and how to build sustainable leveraged income that can give you more choice, that can give you more freedom in your lives. Now I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Vivi, that's going to be sharing what this is all about.
All right, so let's look at this. Did you know that the average person ingests about 5 grams of plastic every week? And that's the size of a credit card. Can you imagine that? The size of a credit card. Now, chlorine, a common water additive, creates harmful byproducts called THMs. Studies show that long-term exposure to THMs can lead to various health issues, including respiratory problems, skin irritation, and increased risk of liver, kidney, and central nervous system damage. According to the studies, over 90% of the global population is now exposed to levels of electronic magnetic fields higher than those recommended for health. EMF radiation from everyday devices like mobile phones and Wi Fi can disrupt sleep and cognitive health. Sleep disorders among children have increased significantly, with over 25% of children now experiencing sleep related issues, which are connected to EMF exposure. It's because back when Cece and I were kids, we were outside playing every day. Now kids are glued to their screen, their phones. They're not outside, they're not getting vitamin D. They're they're just 24/7 in front of these waves. And the average adult is also exposed to over 700,000 different chemicals every day from household products, foods, pollution. Now, chronic diseases linked to toxin exposure like asthma, autoimmune disorders, affecting 6 out of every 10 adults in developed countries. So, unlock true hydration and health. We are 70% water. The human body is 70% water by volume, 99.9% water by molecular number, making hydration critical, critical to overall health. Now, poor quality water and dehydration impair the body's ability to eliminate toxins, creating an acidic environment that promotes inflammation and chronic health issues. So, inflammation and acidosis are often linked to fatigue, digestive problems, joint pain, and long-term illnesses, as supported by modern health research. Like the book is You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty by Dr. F. Botmanj Helliged. If I botched your name, my apologies. But that's something to think about. So many of us are diseased, and it could be just a simple fact that we need to hydrate, and not with just any water, with the right water. Because what type of water are you drinking? So, spring water, everyone's like, oh, spring water is the best water. And yeah, at one point it was. But all the toxins and the pollution that we've been putting into our oceans, our rivers, our lakes contaminates these waters. So spring water is not as pure as it once was. Again, it's like without purification, it contains contaminants, heavy metals, PFAs, chlorine, which can pose long-term health risks. And as an open water source, it's susceptible to harmful bacteria, viruses, and protozoa, including E. coli and Giardia. So let that sink in when the next time you say, oh, this is spring water, it's the best water, because not always is anymore. Now, rainwater also isn't as pure or natural as it seems because it's often acidic and can carry pollutants packed up from the atmosphere, including heavy metals, chemicals, and harmful microorganisms. Filtered water, yeah, it's a partial solution, but common home filters remove some of the contaminants, but may leave behind harmful substances like heavy metals or THMs. Filters also don't restore beneficial minerals, leaving the water less than ideal for optimal health. And reverse osmosis water, what's missing? Removes impurities, but also it strips beneficial minerals, leaving the water slightly acidic and lacking taste. And they may discourage adequate hydration due to its flat taste. Distilled water, purity or pitfall, stripped of essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, leading to deficiencies. It's also slightly acidic and can disrupt your body's pH balance. Now, bottled water. Bottled water is everywhere. 93% of bottled water tested contains microplastic particles. These tiny plastics, when ingested, are known to cause serious disruption to the endocrine system by blocking hormones from attaching to the receptor sites. Also adds environmental waste and often lacks proper mineral content for long-term health. And we don't know how long they've been sitting in these warehouses. So the plastic leaches again into these bottles. Just a few days ago or last week, Costco recalled a bunch of water. So think about that. And sometimes bottled water is just tap water, added chemicals into it to make it appear like it's smart water, to make it appear like it's electrolyzed water. All it is tap water with chemicals. Think about that, please. So this is what we're so excited about. Kangen water. Kangen is a return to origin. And this K8 water ionizer transforms ordinary tap water into molecular hydrogen-rich electrolyzed reduced water, delivering hydration that flows deeply at the cellular level and crosses the blood-brain barrier for focus and clarity. So it goes straight into our cells. There's been tests where you can see your cells after drinking this water separate. Even blood cells. Now, with its powerful antioxidant properties, K8 water helps neutralize free radicals, reducing inflammation, supporting the nervous system's function, promoting detoxification and anti-aging. 1.5 liters provides the antioxidant value of hundreds of fruits and vegetables. Speaking of fruits and vegetables, there's also a pH balance that removes all the toxins that is put on these vegetables and fruits. So drinking K8 water creates a harmonious balance in the body's pH, combining acidosis and fostering long-term vitality and faster recovery. And it's not just for drinking. The K8 produces 7 different pH levels to purify and protect inside and out, creating a toxin-free environment, sanctuary in your home. And just don't take our word for it. Go ahead and do a search, electrolyzed reduced water on PubMed, to read countless studies from credible sources. This is where Cease takes over.
Hi, everyone. So this one machine, this is what I love about this machine and this company, because I am a huge advocate in sustainable living. And I truly feel it's not just about saying no to single-use items. Absolutely, please do still say no to that. However, I think it goes beyond saying no to plastic straws and plastic bags. And I really feel that even though the eco-friendly companies out there, they're still producing those products in plastic. So if you look here, you can see, like, if you're the laundry soap, you can see like the shampoo, the conditioner, all of it is still in plastic. And so I truly feel that we've got to start supporting companies that are actually creating a positive solution for environmental regeneration, just like permaculture, just like solar panels. Those support and are a positive solution to regenerative solutions for the planet. And so that's why I feel the Kangen machine is exactly that. It actually produces over 68 plus uses to green your whole home, to create a non-toxic sanctuary that Vivi was talking about. It replaces not only with the bottled water, it replaces for all-purpose cleaner, for bleach, for laundry soap. Like I haven't used detergent in the last several years because there is one pH level, 11.5, that actually produces where you can actually clean your clothes. It actually also removes pesticides from fruits and vegetables. It also can remove makeup removal, toner, deodorant. I don't even use deodorant anymore because of this machine. It removes so many different things. Like right here, it says disinfectant, toothpaste. I don't even use toothpaste anymore. So I've been able to replace so many different things, hand sanitizer, mouthwash, everything with just one machine. And so when you think about aligning with a company, these are the things that I think about. Is it something that I can fully back and be proud to be a part of? That's not only supporting our planet, but our health and financial legacy. By eliminating the single-use plastics, it not only helps end the plastic epidemic. I mean, if you look at this picture with all the plastic bottles, there is actually in the oceans, it's considered the gyre, and it's as big as the city that I live in right now in Texas. It's as big as Texas, and if you can just imagine all of that plastic that is in the oceans. It's not biodegradable. And just to think that the fish that are eating it, the plastics, these are microplastics that they're eating. And so it's just detrimental not only for the ocean, for wildlife, it's for the whole planet, for our whole humanity. And so when I think of this machine, I truly feel that this is a positive, sustainable choice that impacts our bank accounts and empowers us to create lasting change, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. And what I love about it, it's also ISO. And so it's ISO certified. And this also is about uh, 25 years. I actually think the oldest machine is 30 years old. It might even be longer than that. Don't quote me on that. But this actually saves, if with the K8, this is considered like the Rolls-Royce, the flagship of all the machines. And this actually saves on average for a family of four, $2,000 per year. And so I want to go into all the different products. So it's not just the amazing flagship ionizer that Enagic produces. This is anti-rich water, and it produces 7 different pH levels from 2.5 hypochlorous acid. And this is amazing for disinfecting. I use it to clean my toilets. I use it to clean my countertops. Whenever I start to get a little tickle in my throat from getting sick, I use it to gargle, and it actually prevents me from getting sick and even further. It's amazing for your beauty. I was talking about skin toner. I use it to wash my face. It's amazing for your hair. It's amazing for your pets. Before my 25-year-old cat passed away, yes, she was 25. She was actually drinking this water. And it's amazing for their hair as well. So I use it for my dogs when I'm giving them a bath. It's amazing for degreasing, like the 11.5, like it removes stains from carpets. I've been able to clean my oven with it without those harsh chemicals. Then there's also the Anespa. So if you think about it, our skin is the largest organ. It's the biggest organ in our body, so it absorbs everything it comes in contact with, including harmful chemicals from our tap water. And so what the Anespa does, it's an in-home spa experience, and it's a shower attachment, and it remineralizes water through an active charcoal ceramic filter that removes chlorine and bacteria to protect your skin. And it filters out the toxins, and it shields from the damaging effects of the tap water. And just think of like the Japanese onsen. It was actually inspired by the Japanese healing onsen, which is like the hot springs. And so the Anespa mimics the therapeutic, rejuvenating bathing experience. And if we're wanting to, if we're thinking about it, if we're wanting to drink the highest quality of water, it really behooves us to also invest in the highest quality Kangen water for not only our body, but to nurture the skin, to mineralize the water, and have a holistic care for both internal and external wellness. And then we also have, this is what I'm really also excited about too, is the MGuard, because like V was talking about earlier, like the statistics, I can't remember the exact statistics, but the harmful EMFs that we have around us, even with the computer, the phone, the 5G towers, we're surrounded by EMFs. And so Enagic has really thought about it, not only for our water, not only for the drinking water and being able to remove a lot of the toxins that we bring into our home, but also our environment. So what this does is it targets high frequency electromagnetic noise up to 1 gigahertz. So it really defends your family and loved ones against invisible electromagnetic disturbances. And then we have the Ukan. It's the chemical-free turmeric. It's organic, and this is actually a powerful antioxidant. It's an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and it's available in tea, soap, and capsule form. And so really what I love about this is that Enagic has really thoughtfully created a holistic ecosystem that deeply honors both our health and the well-being of the planet. Their technology and products are a fusion of nature, and it offers a path to healing and sustainability that is creating a legacy of wellness for generations to come. And so I wanted to share a couple of statistics here. In the last few years, global inflation has risen sharply with food and energy prices up to 20 to 30% in many regions, outpacing wage growth. So I was talking about the sustainability, like with our health and wellness, and I really want to go into the sustainability of what we have here as a business model. Because when we look at these numbers, approximately 63% of people report living paycheck to paycheck. This is majority of the people on the planet. They're not able to save. They're not able to invest for their future. Research indicates that 40% of jobs are now freelance or contract-based, offering little job security or benefits. I used to think that having a 9 to 5 when I was in, it's been a long time since I've been in the 9 to 5 world, in the corporate world, but I used to think that that was stability. There really isn't any job security anymore, if you really think about it. Nearly 45% of adults now report needing to have a second job or a side hustle to meet just their basic needs. It's not even just to have extra, it's basic expenses. So this was really highlighting the new economic reality. And what I think is also an epidemic, along with the plastic bottles, this is an epidemic as well of how are we able to really thrive? It's really a survival mode that we're in. And so consumer debt levels have reached record highs, with average household carrying over $90,000 in bad debt. And credit card interest rates are rising sharply in recent years. $90,000 in bad debt. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of marital breakdown. And I actually, to be honest, that is something that happened in my own marriage. It was the cause of financial stress, the burden that we both were carrying. It's up to 41% of divorces citing financial problems as the primary factor. So thinking of all these things, there has to be another way. There has to be a better solution. As I was sharing earlier, like when I saw this business model and being able to scale my business and not have to wear all the hats and not have to live paycheck by paycheck. We are wanting to move from survival mode into thriving. And how can we do that? So we want to share something here. This is just a disclaimer. And I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but I just want to share that there are no guarantees in this business of what you will earn. It is all based on your own capacity, your own willingness. So what we share in the next several slides of what is possible, again, this is all based on all of us taking our ownership in our own businesses. So I want to share a little bit about the difference between what is leverage income and what is linear income. Leverage income is this idea that the time and effort that you put into your business, it will give you exponential results in terms of earnings. So in other words, with leverage income, the work you put in once will generate recurring profits. So it's not having to do it over and over and over again, hard work, launch after launch, like I was doing as a coach. This is what leverage income is. Putting in the work once, that will regenerate recurring profits. Now, linear income, this is something that most of us are used to. This is where this helps to pay the bills. This is where we're going to be hard to build the future you desire if this is your only source of income, right? So in other words, if you stop working, your income also stops working, right? Who here has a job, a job, just over broke, I like to call it, or a business where if you stop working, the money doesn't come in, right? That's majority of what we're used to. And so we would like to introduce another concept of that leveraged income. And this is why we chose to partner with Enagic, because they offer this type of leverage income. Enagic is an established company. They have been, actually, it's going to be 51 years. So 50 years in 2024, and now it's actually 2025. So it's 51 years. They had, Mr. Oshiro has, this is the gentleman right here. He has a 500-year vision plan. I don't know any company. I've never even heard of that, having a 500-year vision plan. So when I think of that, he actually really thought about it carefully about that. Remember, I was talking about a positive solution for environmental regeneration. That's not just for environment, that's just not the planet, but it was also long term with our health consciousness, our wealth consciousness, I'm sorry. And so we are part of a direct sales association that is global. There are pioneers in health and wellness. This is offering transformative products that I just shared with you that not only enhance the health, but it builds generational wealth and it supports, again, the environmental sustainability. It's also rooted in the longevity of Okinawa, which is historically known as the land of immortals, where people experience significantly lower rates of cancer, heart disease, and dementia. And last year, when V and I and our mom and my son were in Japan, we were able to experience the headquarters and the farm at Okinawa where they grow the ukan, and just being surrounded in that culture. Mr. Oshiro, he has this vision. And when he saw, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Blue Zone waters, but there's 7 locations in the world that have the Blue Zone waters, and Okinawa is one of them. And what was in the water, this was what was different, and why these villagers were able to live 120 to 140 years old is because of what was in the water. It was microclustered, it was hydrogen rich. And so what Mr. Oshiro wanted to do is he wanted to implement what was in these waters and to make it accessible for the world, because not everyone can go to Okinawa or all these 7 different blue zone waters, right? And so what he was able to do was to create something with science to make these enagic Kangen ionizers accessible. It's also OEM, original equipment manufacturer. So each unit is built from start to finish by one technician in their manufacturing company, in their warehouses. And I think that's very unique because a lot of times other companies, they'll order parts from different locations and will be built here and be built there, but this is all in one place. So it's the only water ionizer to be medical grade certified in Japan. That's massive. I believe 2 out of 3 hospitals have the Conga machine in their hospitals. And it's not just for drinking water, it's because of all the uses to sanitize the hospitals. It carries the WQA Gold Standard certification, and it's the top industry leader with annual revenues over $1 billion. And back in 2020, when the world was shutting down, when it was really a scary time, when businesses were closing, when people were losing their jobs, Enagic grew 17%. That's huge, especially when we're going through the crisis that we were going through, the economic crisis. And they have an 8-point compensation plan, which V will be talking about more in depth so you can understand a little bit more about the compensation plan, the patented compensation plan. And so without further ado, this is where V is going to go ahead and talk about that for all of you.
As he's mentioned, this is Enagic's patented 8-point system. And I'm not going to go into great detail about it because you'll learn that later. However, I just wanted to show you here that when you start out, you get one piece of the pie. And you can, as you see along the way, you get to earn all 8 pieces of the pie. And that is huge. So one sale, you get the sale, the first 2 sales, you get one piece of the pie, and then it just builds on top of that until you reach 8 pieces of the pie. That's what is exciting about this and patented, because In other companies, you start losing pieces of the pie. Here, you gain it. So compounding wealth benefits. This is one way to start this business. Before I go further on that, I wanted to share that a traditional franchise investment, the average annual income for a franchise owner is only $107,000 a year. Let that sink in. Because they have overhead, employees, risks to consider, wearing all the hats, as Cece was talking about, in a business. Not to mention the upfront cost to purchase a franchise is anywhere from $125,000 to multi-millions. To buy Taco Bell franchise is anywhere from $500,000 to $3 million. So you're giving all that money only to receive $107,000 per year. This includes the franchise fee, the real estate, construction, equipment, inventory, and more. Franchises also pay ongoing royalties, around 4% of the gross sales and marketing fees. Now, while Taco Bell is a global recognition, the model heavily relies on high overhead, intensive management, and contributions to a fast food industry that doesn't align with sustainable health practices. So it's in contrast, our model is low investment, high impact alternative. You can have a sustainable home-based business with an investment as low as $5,500. $5,500 compared to $500,000. That's for a single product. Now, for those who want to scale faster, we have this, the Fast Track 5 products. So we have, this would be about 16,000, but then we also have the Trifecta bundle, which is at about 10,000, or the Quad, which is about 15,000. Quad is 4 products, Trifecta is 3 products. We recommend this one because, again, if you're wanting to build quickly, this is the Fast Track, 5 products. And we suggest getting a second machine because you can loan it out. Leverage, what Cece was talking about, having that leverage. And when you do this, you immediately get back $1,639. I don't know of many businesses that allow you to purchase products and earn commission back from them. This is another patented way, and what's so exciting about this business is we get to earn money back on the products that we purchase. So this investment isn't just for profit, it empowers regenerative health and wealth, contributing to personal wellness and environmental sustainability. So unlike franchises, there's no overhead. There's no, for real estate, there's no staffing, there's no inventory, and you can run this business from anywhere. With a franchise, you're stuck there. Here you get to go globally, everywhere, and still be able to run your business. So the empowering change is, instead of selling fast food, you're providing access to healing, high vibrational, conscious living water that supports optimal health for individuals and communities. And this model aligns with ecological sustainability and addresses water pollution issues and creates legacy wealth that you can pass down for generations. Well, I'll be explaining in a little bit. So it's a future-focused approach. So by investing in this opportunity, you're part of a movement for environmental regeneration while gaining financial freedom without the constraints of a traditional business model. And what can you earn? That's for you to decide that, as he said, it's what you put in. So this is still a business. You work it still as a business, yet you have perks that other businesses don't give you. And the difference is you get to decide what you make. You go to a job, they decide what you make. And, you know, with each product, it says one direct sale a month equals 100,000 a year. 13 is 1 million. And I don't want the word sales to throw you off. Everybody thinks of sale. Oh, I don't want to sell. Oh, no. And it contracts. And yet we do it every day without even realizing it, without receiving compensation for it. That restaurant you visited, my gosh, this was the best restaurant. You have to go and check it out. You're selling to somebody about that restaurant. This movie is so great. You're selling to somebody about that movie. And yet you're not receiving compensation back for it. So this is something we do daily and we don't even realize it. Because sales, all sales is service. We're sharing something we're passionate about. That's what you'd be doing here. Sharing. We're so passionate about this water because it's conscious living water, goes straight to our cells. It replaces all the chemicals in our household. It cleans off the pesticides off fruits and vegetables. Like even organic fruits and vegetables still have chemicals on them. It's disgusting. And we have something that clears that off. So we just feel this will benefit so many people. And that's why we're so passionate about it. And it's transformed our lives so much that we want to transform yours and the next person and the next person, a ripple effect. And I mean, when you have something so profound, you want to share it with the world. That's what we feel we have here. So back to this. If your goal, again, is to make 100K a year, that's one direct sale a month. One sale a month. All right. Oh my God. This is what we are all even more excited about because no other business offers this. No other company offers this. This is generational wealth, legacy wealth. Bonuses begin at 101 sales with $3,000, which isn't a lot and yet can be life-changing to some people. And actually, before we go any further, I want you to look at these numbers and breathe that in. Because sometimes our nervous system doesn't allow for this. Our nervous system doesn't allow, like we say we would love to earn more money, but our nervous system can't handle it. That's why you see so many people who win the lotto. It's gone like that. And they're broke again because their nervous system can't handle it. So let's breathe this in and raise that ceiling. So with each rank, you get to earn more bonuses. And you see where this gold circle is? This is what lights us up. Because when you get to this rank, you earn a $25,000 bonus. That's on top of all the other commissions that you've already earned. And $5,000 a month for life. Let that sink in. $5,000 a month for life that you get to will to your children. If you don't have children, to your loved ones or to a charity, and they get to will it and they get to will it. That's why it's called generational wealth and it excites us so much. And this is leverage wealth. What's also something not available anywhere else is you get to have multiple legs, multiple businesses that earn you this monthly bonus. So our top leaders have like 3 or 4 legs. So their monthly bonus that they get to will to their children is, let's say, 10,000, 15, that's 25,000. One's also 6, it's like 40,000 a month. Let that sink in. So I also want to share with you that Cease had mentioned if the money stops coming in, I mean, let me reframe that. If you stop working, the money stops coming in, correct? Here, especially because of this bonus, if you stop working, it doesn't. However, I also want to share with you that our dear soul sister and mentor took a year off to heal from her divorce. A year off. She hadn't even reached this level yet, and she was still able to take a year off and receive recurring income, leveraged income. And when she came back, she actually ranked up to this legacy level. Let that sink in. This is what puts us apart from every other business. So, instant benefits. With this business, you get instant cash back, as you saw. It's 100% tax write off. You have $1 million biz for life, 4-figure commissions on your first sale. And there's no toxic chemicals, there's no microplastics, there are no sign up fees. You never ever derank. You don't have to start over. Like again, when she left, she came back and ranked up. Other businesses, you lose your rank. There's no inventory, there are no monthly quotas. This are the benefits of this business. And also want to put it out there again, regenerative, no plastic bottles, no, we're saving the earth here. We're saving families here. We're saving households here. We're saving the planet. I actually think this is you.
Yep, this is me. Awesome. So we've talked about the water. We've talked about the economy. We've talked about the amazing compensation plan. We talked about all the benefits of this ionizer that can green our home and our health and wellness. Now, I'd like to talk about how. What is the how? How do we create a collaborative economic blueprint? This is about aligning with your purpose. You get to share your truth. You get to also leverage our systems. And by doing all of that, this can equal up to scalable wealth and lasting legacy for you and your family. So, how we do it online. We leverage, remember, I was talking about marketing systems in the beginning? We leverage automation. So you show up, you share your story by, most likely you are here because you saw someone's share something on a post that inspired you and you want to learn more. So this is by inspiring others, by sharing your authentic journey toward health, toward wealth, toward freedom. And then you invite them into the vision by joining a masterclass like this. So you share about the masterclass, the webinars, and you introduce the business. And so you get to leverage the automation piece. So you don't have to, if you don't want to, you get to just leverage a masterclass like the one that Vivi and I are doing right now. And then you let our team close the sale. This was the big part for me. This was the big aha for me when I started looking into this business. When I realized that we don't have to do the close the sales, we have an expert sales team that guides and enrolls the aligned men and women into this business. So you don't have to wear all the hats. As I was talking about as a coach, that was one of the pieces that I was also doing as my own closer, doing my own sales as for my own business. You don't have to do that here. And then you get to also lead them into empowering training and community. This was one of the things that V was talking about earlier. It's like this was what drew her in is the conscious community. We get to introduce the new partners, get to have them fully supported with the automated systems and mentorship through our own educational platform called the Freedom Era. And this is where you get to learn about launching your own business. This is where you get to lock arms with others, with other leaders and experts that are a few steps ahead of you, where you get to be guided by them. And it's not just once in a while. It is something that you get to have on the daily, every day, to get supported by others walking this path with you. And this is the piece right here. Like every single person on here, I know. Practically every single person on here, I know, and our soul brothers and sisters. And this is a global community. This is a global, worldwide business. But this is what, as a coach, as an entrepreneur, I felt alone. Even though I was part of masterminds, monthly masterminds, and I would, Vivi and I would be part of these amazing masterminds. We would meet up once a month, but then the whole month would go by and then that'd be it. And as an entrepreneur, a lot of us feel lonely at the top. Here, this is not the case. And even the people that are the leaders like Christy X. Ord and Balaj, W. Cardos, and Clint Morgan, those are the ones that founded the Freedom Era. They are not this far off person that we aren't accessible to. Like they actually reach out and help us. They are always, I mean, the Freedom Era, I have never been a part of a business model, an educational platform, and community like this ever. Like the amount of money that I've spent on courses, on trainings, on masterminds, like it does not even compare to what we have here. And it wasn't even evergreen. Like all the things that I learned back in the day, like I can't even utilize those trainings and courses. In the Freedom Era, everything is up to date. They are always looking at what is new, what is trending, what can support you in really building that personal brand, really being able to leverage your social medias. So again, we're talking about attraction marketing, right? It's not going after others and spamming or begging friends and family to join your business. No, none of that. So we get to really show how to build a personal brand and attraction marketing and be able to be a part of a community of way showers, of trailblazers, of people, visionaries that are really wanting to create massive transformation in the world. And so this is a piece of what I love about this business model is the community. And V actually is going to introduce this gentleman right here.
All right. So remember, I said I spent a month in Mexico back in November learning NSA, neurosomatic attunement, and just recently came back from Greece. It was with this dear soul brother of ours, Vuja Deus. And NSA was downloaded to him. And it's just been a profound technique that I've taken on and have shared with others. He is a visionary, initiator of sacred gridding work, and a short testimonial about our community and the water.
What stands out to me about this business is that there are a lot of people right now that are seeking to build the new systems for humanity, ones that are more progressive, that tangibly create freedom, sustainability, financially, physically, and where we can actually build an ecosystem that actually is regenerative for ourselves, for our families, and for the generations to come. And what I love about this particular model is when I walk into the community and I speak to the leaders and I actually connect in with them and I hear their stories of how their life is outside of the business, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing where truly everyone in their community is winning, where the style and the structure of the way that their business is created is actually set up so that you can actually get ahead and succeed. And many of us are aware of what the world is like and the systems that are crumbling as we speak, and what we're really seeking for right now in today's day and age, whether you're a parent, a mother, a father, or you're someone that is an entrepreneur looking for models that you can plug into that are sustainable, that can actually support you and build legacy for yourself, is having something that you know for a fact is grounded in a future template that allows every single person to win. You know, so in my experience, the reason why I've stepped wholeheartedly in myself personally, when I saw the business model, I'm like, they've literally nailed this. I've spoken to so many really well-established entrepreneurs that are building the new systems, and I'm like, this one has been done in excellence. You know, so for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Any person that's got any context as an entrepreneur that understands business, numbers, money, community, building side-by-side collaboration, for me, this is not even a question if it's the right model or a good model. And then to build upon that, the part that really drew me in originally was actually the community. Like being with like-minded people that actually truly care about service. You know, for many years I've been facilitating inside of my organization, which is called Limitless Love, and we're known for facilitating leaders and supporting them to embody their vision and to create from a really authentic place, from a heart-centered place, and to truly create a more benevolent world. And the values of what I was already doing in the community that's alive right now was a beautiful crossover. Able to come in and feel like I belonged almost instantaneously, to meet new friends that the relationships can build and solidify so quickly, and the amount of opportunities, collaborations, co-creations and experiences that have birthed just from entering into the community has been wild. That's the only way I can put it. Like, it has been sincerely wild, and I feel like it's allowing my other business to spread its wings even further as well. You know, so I feel completely enrolled in the most beautiful ways, and I really sincerely know that this is the kind of model / community that is actually here to stay. There are a lot of ideas out there. There's a lot of new crypto things. There's this thing and there's that thing, and it's compounding and it's that, and there's so many things, and they're great. But the challenge is many of them come, and then a year later they're gone. And there's this new hot thing, the new hot shit, and then it collapses, or the economy collapses and it collapses. This business got stronger as the economy's collapsed. And if you ask me, being a business person that cares about my family, longevity and legacy wealth, you don't be betting on things that you're not 100% able to stand behind.
I just love all of what he shared. Every single time I watch this, it's just like, woo!
Same.
Wow. Yeah, we love Vu, and just being, and he's so right on, like this community again, like being able to sit alongside others on this path that are doing amazing, amazing things in the world. With that being said, what is next? The next steps. What you want to do is you want to reach out to the person who invited you here. And then you're going to book a call with a digital business specialist. So you get to choose your business strategy. They get to answer all of your questions, and then you get to launch your business. It's simple as that. If any of what we have been sharing with you resonates with you, if you feel like, yes, I want to know more, because truly, to really know what's here, it really is about doing that next step to really see if this business model is for you, to make an educational, informed decision, right? And so for those that are the fast action takers, we actually are really excited. This has never actually been done before, at least from what we're aware of. I've never heard of this in the almost 6 years that we've been here. There is a 24-hour bonus for those that are ready to take action now, that are like, oh yes, sign me up. I want to get more information, get me in there. We have an upcoming an adjective convention coming up next week that can literally transform your life, the trajectory of your life. And it's you get a free convention ticket. It's absolutely free. It's worth almost $300, and it's going to be in Chula Vista, which is near San Diego, from June 20th and 21st. And what the amazing thing about this is you not only get the free ticket, but you get to be in the room with top leaders that are making 6 figures. You get to be with industry trailblazers who will be there teaching you, been there before, and be able to transform the lives of others and globally that you get to learn from. The legacy Mr. Oshiro is going to be there himself. So, and why does this matter? It's because proximity is power. You get to elevate your frequency by being around aligned success, being around others that have done it before you. You get to accelerate your vision by learning directly from the best. You get to plug into a movement that's pioneering purpose, pioneering prosperity, pioneering planetary healing. So if this is really calling to you, this is for the bold ones who are ready to move now. And as Veda Austin shared, an amazing scientist and amazing woman, she mentioned that water is not the resource. It is the source. And if we are 99.99% water molecularly, like Vivi was talking about in the beginning, we are the source. And magic is the source for us to tap into regenerative health, wealth, and impact. So the last thing I'd like to share with you is just trust your nudge, follow the resonance, and get yourself in the room.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you for your time and sitting with us in this masterclass. Reach out to the person who brought you here, and y'all have an amazing, magical morning, day, or night, wherever you are. And we look forward to meeting you and joining
Yeah.
our community and welcoming you.
Yes.
Love you so much.
Bye.